r/ask Reddit. What things really make you cringe? Recordings of my own voice. Yes, I always sound congested. Videos of people getting caught in lies. Oh, I need to see some of these strangely. When I remember my high school interactions in general. Go read your old Facebook posts. Duck. High school was true painful cringe. I told a French exchange student that I loved him in French and he just walked away. I die every time I think about it. Extreme self-delusion. Usually it's funny enough to make up for it, but sometimes it's just so sad to see somebody who can't accept reality. Anijan fits that bill pretty well. According to his dad, the only time he ever actually broke out of that state of extreme delusion and self-absorption was when he was sitting in juvenile detention being interviewed by an officer. So maybe once the law catches up to him he'll realize just how ducked he is. Self-diagnosed psychopaths. Reminds of that I am a sociopath ask me anything Reddit thread where he unironically said hey a lot. The time I was talking too loud at a wedding when I wasn't supposed to and everyone at the wedding turned around to see what a-hole wouldn't shut up. I was across a table from some friends who did this during the reception speeches because they didn't realize what was happening. The bride's brother is a pretty well-known actor and happened to be 5 feet away from them giving his speech, which he stopped in the middle to yell at them to shut up. Yeah, I made a loud, unflattering comment about my befriend's bridesmaid that should have been me. My date whispered we should talk about this later. When someone is obviously lying. The worst. And then they continue as if people are just gonna believe what they're saying all of a sudden. Second-hand embarrassment. It makes me physically ill. Someone obviously showing off at doing something when they're not that good at it really gets to me. The worst is when someone is singing along to a song, but instead of just vibing and singing for their own pleasure, they're looking around to make sure that other people are watching them sing. It's the worst. Just to be clear, doing something badly just because you enjoy it is encouraged and celebrated. You should see me on a dance floor. It's like an epileptic octopus. It's when the person doing it thinks they're good at it and has that smugness or attitude and is doing it for praise from other people, but they're not actually good at that thing. Watching the auditions false factor makes me feel sick. Seeing an adult complain like a child to waiters, cashiers, etc. My aunt flipped her shit at a game store employee because they didn't give her a good amount of money for a copy of Final Fantasy on PS3. Keep in mind she's in her 40s. Remembering my past. You know, in rom-coms a lot of them start out with the characters literally bumping into each other. When I was in elementary school I tried to orchestrate that with my crush in a subtle fashion. I was back to back with her having a conversation with someone else and I kept taking a step back to try and have her bump into me once she turns around. And she kept having to adjust where she was standing so she wouldn't bump into me, you know, like a normal person. I eventually had practically moved her into the corner of the classroom before she sorta just ducked out and went somewhere else. That memory haunts me. Those videos of guys trying really hard to be sexy, biting their lips and looking down and brushing their hair back. They make me cringe so hard. So literally everyone on TikTok? When people get that mentality of I am one bad beach because they are really just one annoying beach. I know someone just like this. They genuinely think they're a bad beach and it only serves to make them even more cokey and unbearable to be around. How on earth they have friends? I'm not sure. People who post vague status updates on social media, such as the most horrible thing just happened to me, without providing any context. It's a cheap way for people to fish for attention, and it creates unnecessary worry for the people who care about them. Just got back from the emergency room. A suburban white kid acting like a gangster cause he listens to rap. Emo get my crew after your crew. His parents call your parents. YouTube comment threads that are essentially an endless string of who else is listening in 2020. Early teen me. So many cringy stuff I did. I hope all of my old friends have forgotten about me. Yes, the worst time to look back to is when you were like 11-15 years old. When the super rich try to relate to ordinary people, it just comes across as so fake. Come on now, we're all in the same yacht boat. Public proposals. Videos of people at sporting events eating their boogers. Horny dudes trying to get a woman's attention while she's shopping or at work. Women who act drunk after 2 beers for attention. My co-worker who told me her last boyfriend told her that her vagina feels like ducking a bowl of macaroni. Guys being overly aggressive at women who are plainly uninterested. I had to watch this 50-year-old guy beg to buy my 24-year-old friend a drink. She said no thank you like 6 times. Please just one drink. Please 3 it hurt to watch. Every time I am in a group of people, I always say the wrong thing and they look at me like I have 3 heads and a penis growing out of my forehead. When people post selfies of them crying. No joke. My friend's sister posted crying selfies of her and her kids when they had their dog put to sleep with the dead dog. Like, that's a private moment of grief, not a selfie opportunity. Ugh, I'm cringing so hard just reading this. What is wrong with people? My face when I see it on video. I consider myself a good looking gal. But when I see my face on videos I look absolutely different from what I look in mirrors and pictures, whether selfies or that others take. Looking like a damn squirrel fish. When people film themselves doing something really generous and heartfelt for someone in dire need, for example, a homeless person, mate, give them the money or the food or whatever, and get on with your life. I cringe at how that person must feel to have a camera or phone shoved in their face while they're accepting someone's shallow charity. I'm glad the person in need benefits, but I can't bear to watch them. Folks who read motivational literature and then brag about what outstanding knowledge it contains. My brother-in-law. The way he tries to flirt with anything with a pair of boobs and is 2 decades younger than he is. Mostly female servers at restaurants. He treats male servers like shit. He tries to touch their hair or their shoulders without permission and makes the lamest jokes that no one ever laughs at except for him. The man hasn't shaved in years and from the smell of it probably doesn't bathe as often as he should either. He smells like dog and burritos. I married his twin brother. I feel like I married the name brand version and his brother is the dollar store version. My dad had to get a shot in his eyeball the other day. He was telling me about it over the phone. I'm cringing now just rethinking about it. Shared couple Facebook accounts, specifically where they use N as the middle name. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.